Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Pat Gray Unleashed, sponsored by ExpressVPN. You have a right to privacy. Protect it at expressvpn.com/unleashed. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us. Latest Democrat delegate count. Yeah, of course, you're going to see a different count pretty much. I mean, I just saw a different one than this on CNN. It was a little bit smaller than this. But Joe Biden, according to USA Today, has 566 delegates to Bernie Sanders' 501. 566 to 501.
Aren't they still counting them in California? Is that still trickling
I think this
through?
includes California.
Oh, okay.
So he's 65 delegates ahead. And then Elizabeth Warren trails at 61. She's all done. It's just a matter of whether or not she decides to get out. Or is she going to try to siphon off? Has she made a deal with the Democrat Party to siphon off votes from Bernie Sanders and stay in it for a while?
Yeah, I wonder what they promised her to do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Make a fool of herself.
Maybe Biden, Warren? What a nightmare that would be. Oof, man.
I mean, because you got to think whoever's vice president.
That'd be terrible. And you got to believe she's thinking that, too.
They all are.
I gotta like to be Biden's VP because he's on his way to check out.
Mm-hmm.
If he hasn't already checked out. So we'll see. She said she was going to take a look at her campaign.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, that's what.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, that's what Bloomberg said yesterday, and he dropped out yesterday.
Well, that's a quick look.
Yeah, he just took a quick look, realized, there's no path for me. No path forward. Bye-bye. And he just, he was just wasting money hand over fist. Like almost $600 million.
That's brutal, man.
But when you've got $64 billion, $500 million is like you or me spending $200. It's not going to mean much in the scope of your life. It's not that big a deal.
I don't know. That's quite
but $200 going to...
Yeah, that's...
It's okay, $20.
Okay, there we go.
$20 for you.
So we're down to Biden, Bernie, technically Warren, and Tulsi still
technically
out there.
Tulsi too.
Yeah, they're talking about how she may be in the March 15th debate.
Really?
With her one delegate, because that was one of the thresholds. So that
you had to have at least
for the
one
last
delegate
debate.
Okay.
And now they're saying, oh, no, we'll probably have to change the cutoff, the qualifiers now. Oh, will you? Okay, I see what you're up to. So anyhow, but there's talk they may even get rid of this debate because that would leave Biden exposed in like a one-on-one situation.
With Sanders. Yeah, that could be a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want that.
Mm-mm. He wants to
if I were him,
host.
I'd be calling off that debate because there's no reason for him. There's nothing for him to gain at this point. Yeah. Why would you do it? There's too much at stake and too much you're risking there.
Yeah.
Because you could look like a complete buffoon, and somebody in his camp has to realize that, right?
Oh, I think...
Even if he doesn't, even if he thinks, I'm fine. I'm as healthy as a horse. I'm as healthy as I was when I got into the Senate. Even if he thinks that, there are people around him who know that he's losing it.
Absolutely. So he wants to lay low, and that debate would be a week from Sunday, March 15th. We'll see.
So we've got some mini Super Tuesdays coming up. Like this next one is...
Not so Super Tuesdays?
Yeah. This next one is Hawaii and a few others. Well, Idaho.
So Sunday you have Puerto Rico.
Sunday is Puerto Rico?
March 8th.
Okay.
And then not so Super Tuesday will be like, Hawaii's just... Oh, that's just Republican?
Oh.
That's dumb. Okay. Can't even agree on the same day in that state. So we got Idaho, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, and Washington coming up on Tuesday. And I apologize for not doing the Howard Dean scream when I said Michigan.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
When you're spitting out a list of states, and Michigan's one of them, you're always supposed to end it with, yeah! And I failed. Sorry.
No, that's all right. It might be time to let that go.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No, that's
right,
the name of
whatever.
the Pat Gray Unleashed program here. We don't let anything go, okay?
That's true.
All right, thank you.
That's very true.
We're going to California and Texas and New York.
Right.
We're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
Well, you forgot Washington,
I
D.C.
totally-
and take back the White House.
Screwed that up.
You really did.
My memory's not so good. That's why I live with Post-it notes everywhere.
Okay.
Wonder when the Washington, D.C. primary is.
Don't know.
Wow. You have to wait.
I'm guessing it's going to be over by then, though.
Yeah.
Now, they're saying that Michigan could finish off Bernie. It was Michigan where Sanders surprised everybody with a primary miracle 4 years ago, upsetting Hillary. And so people were, all stoked about his campaign for a while. But now it's Michigan where Biden, before Super Tuesday, was already up by 7 points in the polls. And among early voters, he was up by 20 points.
That's what's fascinating.
Yeah, he's way ahead. He could just bury him in another big state, and that doesn't bode well for the campaign of Bernie Sanders, fortunately.
I mean, I'm not
He
playing
needs to go away.
I'm not playing around when I say, and I know that this audience understands this as well. Milwaukee, you need to be prepared
Yeah.
for anything in July. The Bernie Bolsheviks are going to roll into town no matter if he doesn't get another delegate between now and then. And they're going to demand that he is the nominee of the Democrat Party. You have allowed the radicals in, and they want payback because they've already felt screwed over once with Hillary in 2016. These aren't the guys that are just going to walk away and go, all right, well, I guess we'll get Biden. We'll get behind Biden.
I guess we just didn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bolsheviks don't think that way. Communists and Marxists don't think that way. Here's something you may not have heard much about this primary season. What about Donald Trump's primary battle with Bill Weld? What's going on there? No one's talking about that, are they?
He has a delegate, right?
Yeah.
Bill Weld?
You want to know why? That's why they're not talking about it, because Trump has an ultra-thin lead over Bill Weld right now.
What's the math? What is it?
Right now,
Okay.
as it stands before we head into the weekend,
Not so Super Tuesday, okay.
President Trump leads by the slim margin
Okay.
of just 859 to 1. 859 to 1. So he's within 858 votes.
I mean,
or delegates.
That's within
of
striking
Donald
distance.
Trump. Yeah.
If you're in Super Bowl
Yeah.
51.
He could come back and win this thing.
Wow, okay. So Bill
Ask
Weld.
the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes, sir. So what is the delegate clinch number on the Republican side? Do we know?
I don't.
Let's
I'll
see.
have to look that up.
I'll look that up while you talk here.
But Bill Weld, what is he doing?
He's still in there, huh?
Get out.
He's still in there pitching?
Get out, Bill. Get out.
Okay, so he needs 1237.
Just 1237? He's almost there.
Yeah, so...
Oh, wow. Well, good, because then we won't have to worry about Bill Weld anymore.
Oh, wait. This article is
Is it old?
from 2016. Well, that's what he
It's
needed.
probably around that
Yeah, it's
anyway.
probably close enough. So
Yeah,
he's
probably
getting
close to
there,
that.
huh?
Yeah, he's getting.
Oh, so good luck to Bill Weld
59 to 1.
mounting that comeback.
And that's why the other guys got out. That's why Joe Walsh got out, and what's his face, Mark
Sanford got out
Sanford
before.
got out.
Like he took a look at his campaign early.
Yeah, very, very early. Like the day after he announced.
Right, I was getting.
never mind.
Yeah, I got emails for like 3 weeks. Somehow I was on his distribution list. I don't know, September or so, and I remember getting emails every day for 3 weeks.
And then-
about what he's up to.
And then bye-bye.
And then we're taking a look and we're done. Goodbye.
And Walsh did the same thing. And that was smart of them. Good. I'm glad they did that. And then Weld wasn't smart enough. Weld's not even a Republican. That's just
true.
ridiculous. The guy's not a Republican. So anyway, 859 to 1 on the Republican side. President's almost there already.
Barn burner.
Which is not a terrible surprise. Now, supposedly the future of abortion is at stake with the U.S. Supreme Court. This is, I don't think it's true. I would love for it to be true. I want it to be true, but I just don't think it is. But we've got Democrats who are just freaked out of their minds right now over this. For instance, Chuck Schumer.
Wow, this was something.
He threatened Supreme Court justices Gorsuch and Kavanaugh on the steps of the Supreme Court yesterday. Listen to this.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch. I want to tell you, Kavanaugh. You have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
Pay the price.
You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
What decision are you talking about?
Right.
What are you? What whirlwind have they released? I don't even know of any decision they've made that's a whirlwind.
Is it because they made the decision to hear the case? I mean, is that what he's...
I don't know. I don't know. They can't just do it on their own, though. That's bizarre.
Do they vote on which cases they want to hear? Is that? I mean, honestly, what was that? That was so out of context. It's almost like you would expect to hear that after they overturned Roe v. Wade.
Right. You have released the whirlwind. Really? What?
He's seen the future, so I guess that's good news. Roe v. Wade gets overturned. Chuck Schumer is has come back to 2020. He was in the future, and he's letting us know how it worked out.
I mean, that's just unhinged. Watch that again. He's totally and completely unhinged. What?
I want to tell you, Gorsuch.
Gorsuch.
I want to tell you, Kavanaugh.
Right.
No.
You have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
Pay the price. What price is that, Chuck?
You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
I don't like that line right there.
You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
He
Wait,
doesn't
if I
know
go forward with the decision,
He knows
that I mean,
they're appointed for life, right?
yeah, I mean,
They're not an election coming up.
so what price would they pay? There's nothing a U.S. senator can do to the Supreme Court justice short of violence. You know, are you threatening their lives? What do you threaten? They're going to pay a price. What price would they pay from you?
You're going to impeach them?
That's the only thing they could do is start impeachment proceedings against Gorsuch and Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh.
But they wouldn't. That wouldn't be successful.
I don't. It's 2020. I could totally see Democrats trying to start impeachment hearings against Supreme Court justices for overturning Roe v. Wade.
Oh, they would.
Yeah. See, look, they hate women. So based on that, we should get them out of office.
And by the way, when was the last time we had impeachment hearings over Supreme Court justices?
Let's see.
I think there was one removed.
I think 18-something or 1900.
1800s, early 1800s, I think. I mean, like a long time ago. But I don't know when the last hearing even was.
1805.
Yeah, 1805 removed.
Let's see. Samuel Chase. 1805. And that was with Vice President Aaron Burr presiding. Oh, boy.
Who then went on to, that was 1805, he'd already killed Alexander Hamilton. That's amazing. So then he presided over the impeachment of a Supreme Court justice after he killed the Secretary of State. Okay. All right. Huh. That's great. That's great.
Okay.
We had some interesting things happen in the beginning of this country. That's pretty fascinating.
That's good stuff.
Can you imagine that happening now? Two guys dueling because they just don't like each other.
So that would be Pence, right?
It'd be Pence
against Pompeo or whatever.
Pompeo. Pence and Pompeo out.
Let's go meet in New Jersey.
Counting off a few steps, turning around and shooting at each other.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't see that happening anytime soon.
All right.
Not even in New Jersey, where I don't know if they made it illegal or not yet. Maybe not. 888-900-3393. So, what a weird thing. I mean, what a dangerous precedent that would set with U.S. senators threatening Supreme Court justices over their decisions, over their rulings. That is absolutely crazy.
And John Roberts, he's already pushed back against Schumer, which is unusual for him to do to
that's
go public there.
He rarely says anything. He's worthless. Seriously worthless. But he did chastise Chuck Schumer over the comments that he made in a highly unusual written statement issued late yesterday. Robert said, statements of this sort from the highest levels of government are not only inappropriate, they're dangerous. All members of the court will continue to do their job without fear or favor from whatever quarter. Court was hearing a challenge to a Louisiana law requiring doctors who perform abortions to have admitting privileges at nearby hospitals. So that's the big
hubbub.
Abortion hearing they're going to listen to. That's the one that they're going to try.
Yeah, that's what got the paid protesters motivated to go out to the Supreme Court steps yesterday.
That is, what an insignificant. You go from this to they're overturning Roe v. Wade? I wish. But this is nothing close to overturning Roe v. Wade. All this is if you run into medical trouble with the person you're giving an abortion to, they're close enough to a hospital that the doctor can go with them and treat them at a hospital. Unbelievable. It's just have a hospital nearby.
I thought they cared about the life of the mother.
Well, that's what I thought, but they don't. Nope. They don't. What they care about is killing the child. What Rashida Tlaib was saying. Did you hear her nonsense yesterday? Listen to this.
The Big Frog.
Wait, now that. All right, so that's.
That didn't sound a lot like Rashida, did it?
No, I want to play the game now.
Okay.
Okay, so Rashida.
This past year, I realized, my, are they obsessed with our bodies, how we talk, how we look?
No,
I don't think
we're not
so.
obsessed with your body. I guarantee
I got
you
news
that,
for
Rashida. Nobody cares
Definitely
about your body.
not.
I don't care about the women's bodies thing. I'm not trying to what would be in it for men to control women's bodies? There's no money in it. There's no power. I don't care what you're doing with your body. The body we care about is the other one inside of you with the separate organs, the separate DNA, the separate cell structure, everything. Completely different body inside the woman, not the woman's body. That's not what we're talking about here. It just drives me out of my mind. Plus, we certainly don't care about Rashida Tlaib's body. Can we just...
I think we found common ground there. Mm-hmm.
Black, white, red, or brown, all here find common ground, as Jesse Jackson once said years ago.
What we stand for? This type of policing of our bodies is so interconnected to all the social justice movements all around the country.
You forgot your buzzword.
I represent the third poorest congressional district in the country. This issue is an economic justice issue. This issue is a racial justice issue.
Racial justice, you bet it is.
She mixed in social justice and racial justice. But I've got my little handy-dandy sheet here of all the justices that they go with. That's my climate one. There's climate, poverty, climate. I've got a justice list, but she mixed in two of them there. That's good.
Which is good, because it is about racial justice. It's about the justice of allowing black babies to be born.
Amen.
Hispanic babies to be born. Yes, let's allow that to happen. Could we? When more black children are aborted in New York than born alive.
Wow.
You got a racial justice problem there. Yeah, you're right about that.
And let me tell you, this obsession with our bodies. I in the legislature, in the Michigan legislature for 6 years, used to
get this. You're gonna love this.
Oh, this is a big fun stat.
This is fun.
Okay.
to people, yo, you know what? You're so freaking obsessed with what I decide to do with my body.
Right.
Maybe you shouldn't even want to have sex with me.
I agree. I don't want to have sex with you.
Problem solved.
Yeah, it's easy. We can take care of that problem right now. Yeah. No problem whatsoever.
Where do I sign?
That's as easy as the challenge that Whoopi Goldberg gave us earlier in the year.
Oh, no.
Not a problem. I'll stay out of all of that. I have no intention of ever even thinking about any of that.
In fact, she even thought that would be a good idea to say that.
Is that incredible? It's incredible. So don't even want to have sex with her. Okay? I don't.
Or with you.
Or with you.
any
Or with you.
woman.
Or-
The power that we have over our bodies to push back and use
Yeah.
that power and saying enough is enough. We won't stand by for you to commercialize, for you to profit, for you to do all the things you do to what? To make us less than in this country.
Wow, that is crazy. What commercializing is there in trying to have a child be born alive? What profit is there in a child being born alive?
Okay, yeah. So you're creating another consumer.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
okay. And they can't have that because that helps the free market. If
you're
buyers.
also creating another breather, and then you get into the climate justice problem because you're ruining the climate.
Okay, so they don't like that either.
No.
So, yeah, that's
that's crazy.
They are revving up early on this. They're getting out in front.
Yeah,
they are revving up.
And it's
their
over
base.
this. I can have doctor's privileges at a nearby hospital, so I can take care of this patient if I need to.
Do we?
That's unbelievable.
I know yesterday you had the story of the Supreme Court case on Obamacare, right? That was the one that's coming out. The ruling is coming out after the election.
Mm-hmm.
When's this one dropping? Do we know? I'm going to find out right now.
Appointments of galvanized anti-abortion activists. Blah.
Martin
blah,
says
blah.
March. Let's hold Martin to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
March? Like it's March now?
Oh yeah, it is March.
Huh? So sometime this month it's supposed to come down?
Okay.
Well, they're yelling and screaming about it.
Yeah, they're going to be camping out there, huh? Let's see.
I mean, she is just yelling at the top of her lungs. And then there was another woman there that was celebrating. I couldn't stand to play it because she's celebrating her abortion and everybody else's abortion. And how many abortion providers do we have here? Yay! How many wannabe abortion providers in the future? Yay! You're celebrating abortion? It's so despicable. It's so evil. And they are the ones, it's amazing too, because they always accuse us of what they're actually doing. And they are the ones who are profiting from this, who are commercializing this. Yeah. They're the ones who are making the money on this. It's the abortion industry that's creating the money.
So they're hearing the case now. We should know by the end of June how they're going to come down. But I love these two paragraphs from the Washington Post, where democracy dies in darkness. Mm-hmm. The court's 4 liberals appeared convinced that the Louisiana law at issue requiring admitting privileges at nearby hospitals for abortion clinic doctors is identical to one from Texas that the Supreme Court struck down 4 years ago. That appeared to leave Roberts, now at the court's ideological center, holding the deciding vote. So there you go. I mean,
he's just gonna vote with
Mr. Tradition.
Yep.
Now, there's many reasons why I am not qualified to be a Supreme Court justice, but one of them is you're going to do that while I'm in here trying to hear the case and decide the law and if the constitutionality. You know what? If you guys can look to Europe to decide cases instead of the Constitution, I'm going to look out my window, and when I see you doing that, I'm going to be like, vote against him. So
yes,
but Roberts, he will. Roberts, he likes to get along, and
he's looking out for his liberal legacy. He wants to be seen by liberals as a guy who is not conservative.
He's open-minded. He listens to both sides. Well, if the right is pinning their hopes on John Roberts for this,
you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Yeah,
and maybe even Kavanaugh. I mean, Kavanaugh's been pretty iffy.
We have no idea, yeah.
Gorsuch seems to have been pretty solid so far, but Kavanaugh, not as much at all. All right. Losing your hair sucks, and that's why you should do something about it. And you don't even have to go anywhere to do that. All you have to do is answer a few questions online, comfort and privacy of your own couch. Snap a few pictures of your hair, and a doctor will then review everything and recommend the right FDA-approved hair loss treatment for you. Then it's shipped discreetly to your door. What's great about this is the 2 FDA-approved hair loss treatments that you can get from Keeps, Keeps, are so much cheaper than the brand name versions that were available, the only ones available a short time ago. Now these generic versions are really affordable. But you're probably wondering, well, yeah, but does it work? Well, in 90% of the cases, it stops hair loss, and 66% of men see hair regrowth. Pretty amazing. So do something about your hair loss. You don't have to just put up with it anymore. Go to keeps.com/Pat. That's Keeps, keeps.com/Pat. Get your first order of Keeps for 50% off. 50% off at keeps.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed. On Twitter, a really sad story about monkey orphans that are being made to serve beer in bars in Japan and play air hockey with kids at those same bars.
Wait, this is sad?
Yeah.
That sounds kind of fun.
Orphaned monkeys. They take them and they give them these jobs in these bars. Except I'm not really sure why people are complaining about that because...
Like, did they kidnap them? Or
you know what the unemployment rate is among monkeys?
I don't.
In Japan?
This is why I listen to Pat Gray Unleashed.
It's over 99%. Oh. It's over. So I would think they'd be thrilled with any job any monkey can
get. And I want to play air hockey with a monkey right now while he serves me a beer. Where is this? Coronavirus be damned. I'm going to Japan.
I know.
Where are we going?
I know. Thousands of macaques are killed in Japan each year after being reported to authorities by angry farmers for destroying fruit and vegetable crops. So, according to the Ministry of Environment, 19,000 monkeys are culled every year in state-sponsored programs, and that leaves thousands more babies orphaned. So what they do is they go get these baby orphans.
Yeah, because they're not going to do anything. They're just going to live off the state.
They're probably going to die.
Right. They're going to live off of the state instead of becoming a productive member of society.
With a job.
With a job? It's a tourist thing. I am ready to go to Japan.
Yeah.
And play air hockey and drink beer with a monkey.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, but it's really sad that there's so many orphaned monkeys there. And
it is. I'm heart sick about it.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I'm really just tore up.
Yeah. Well, you want to go to Japan?
And adopt some monkeys?
No,
That's what we should probably do.
I'm not adopting a monkey.
No?
No.
All right.
I want to go play air hockey.
Sometimes they'll tear your face off, these monkeys. I don't know about the macaques, but there are some...
So wait.
There are some monkeys who have done that. I think it was in Connecticut.
Yeah,
when we lived there, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Where one of her friends had a monkey, and she went over there, and the monkey went crazy on the friend and tore her face apart. Oh, just
that's
awful.
Unthinkable.
Yeah, really
but in this case, I guess
horrible.
You would consider letting the monkey win at air hockey.
So you don't get your face torn off.
Fate, because you played a 7. Yeah. You get to that 6th goal, you're just like, oh no, I'm trying.
Okay, you got another goal.
Oh look,
you win.
You are sneaky, monkey.
Your reflexes are just too darn sharp.
Yeah,
for a Homo sapien.
So, would an orangutan mom be good enough for these monkeys? Because
as far as I'm concerned, because yes,
we got a story about one that could take care of them.
An orangutan mom with no time for babies' tantrums.
I love this. Look at that picture.
She's pulling her kid around the zoo exhibit. The tantrum was the baby monkey was apparently throwing a tantrum. Mom grabbed her and just dragged her around the zoo. That's great.
That is awesome. You got time for that?
That's great.
So look, there's a mom that could take care of these orphan monkeys.
She just grabbed her,
so they don't have to
dragged her from spot to spot.
Work in a bar.
Captured by photographer Cone Hartkep, who also witnessed the mother-son duo make up after the incident. They made up.
That's cute.
Oh, good.
They went out for some air hockey together.
Just like all small children, I guess the monkey still has to listen to what his mom says, even though he's getting a bit more independent.
Okay.
And he didn't like it much, but the mom kind of put him back into his place.
Good. Do you think these monkeys in Japan that are playing air hockey, do you think they can play some ping pong too?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Let's go to Japan. Come on.
Yeah. Sounds like fun.
It sure does. I want to go, man.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. Some tweets here at Pat Unleashed from the Steve 42. Unhinged liberal is the new Florida man of today's headlines. From Blaze Addict 2. This story puts a whole new twist on the phrase, any monkey can do this job. Also, from Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Did you forget what Han Solo warned R2-D2 about when he warned R2-D2 about when beating Chewbacca at chess? No, I think he warned. Was it R2-D2 he warned? Or was it somebody? Because he said Wookiees pull, like robots don't pull your arms off.
Who was it?
It was R2-D2.
Yeah,
it was.
Wookiees will tear out your arms if they lose.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that.
I guess we sort of did forget.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not a Star Wars. I don't remember things. I think we've already covered that earlier in the show.
I think we did.
I'm not good at that.
Kind of a strange time right now with this planet. A lot is going on. I mean, a lot. For instance, Mount Merapi in Indonesia just blew this morning. It's another active volcano that just erupted. Looks like just ash so far and no lava, but a lot of ash.
Yeah, a lot of ash. And I haven't verified this. I don't even know how I would go about verifying this, but some guy on Twitter said that there's more CO2 coming out already from that volcano than every car driven in history.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's climate change is natural. Taxing us into poverty isn't the answer.
Can you? That's unreal.
Thank you, Matt Thomas.
That's true.
So I'm gonna try to vet that. Okay.
Because how would you stop that? Well, we're gonna control that now. We're gonna stop volcanoes.
Look, wow, listen to this. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the world's volcanoes, both on land and undersea, generate about 200 million tons of carbon dioxide annually, while our 200 million. Let's see. Now this says volcanoes. While our automotive and industrial activities cause 24 billion tons of CO2 emissions every year worldwide. So if
that
this is
seem to be the case.
this is from Scientific American saying this, so sounds like we vetted that and the cars are actually worse, huh? Is that what you're getting?
Well,
out
cars
of
and industry.
and industry.
So I don't know if you had just cars, would it still be that way? I don't know. But there's another volcano in the news. Daredevil Nick Wallenda of the Flying Wallendas.
Oh yeah, what's he up to?
His latest death-defying stunt saw him traverse a steel high wire over a live volcano. Guy's amazing. Why do you do this stuff?
I'm more fascinated by the whole stringing it up to begin with.
I would have loved to have seen that. Where was that? Doesn't seem like that was. You would think somebody would have played that, right? On TV. It would have carried that live.
Yeah.
41-year-old took 31 nail-biting minutes to edge across a cable over the Messiah volcano's cauldron of lava, simmering at more than 1,000 degrees centigrade. Okay. So I have no idea how hot that is. It could be a degree, it could be 40 below.
It's like a warm pool.
1,000,000 above. I don't know. I don't know what that is. There's no way to tell.
So it's not bad enough that he's going to fall to his death.
Right.
No.
You got to fall to your death in lava that's boiling at 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
When you were a kid, did you ever play the game where you tried to keep from falling off the bed?
Because it was lava.
There's lava down the carpet's lava.
Yes.
Ah!
It's amazing how all kids do that. That's my grandkids do
Where
that.
Where did we get that, man?
I don't know.
But this guy actually is.
He's actually doing it.
Walking across lava.
Yeah.
No.
He was 1,800 feet above it at this volcano in Nicaragua. Near Manaus, Nicaragua.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know how near it is to Manaus, but
for
it
the
is
purposes of this,
in Nicaragua.
Next door.
It's in Nicaragua, so it's got to be fairly close to Manaus.
All right, what's the name of the place? I'm going to look it up. Messiah Volcano?
Yeah, Masaya.
All right, let's see here. Look at him up there, man. That's intense.
Oh, Mike.
Has he got a breathing thing?
Gosh,
on
that's
there
he has to.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's toxic air. The fumes are toxic. Would kill you dead. Yeah.
It's right at
Manaus, Nicaragua.
You got it.
See? That's great. So he is in Manaus, Nicaragua. He donned, as you saw there, goggles and some kind of filtered breathing apparatus to protect his lungs from the toxic fumes. And he slowly vanished into a cloud of scorching fog as viewers followed his progress through their fingers on special thermal cameras. Barely minutes into the feat, Wallenda quipped, "It's kind of ridiculous what you have to do to get a good view of a volcano these days." Yeah, it is kind of. It's kind of silly. Yeah, a lot of us get a view of a volcano like that.
You know what? He's not having to worry about above Mount Messiah there or whatever is the coronavirus. I bet isn't hanging out over there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a safe place to be, relatively speaking.
Guy's amazing though. Didn't he just do something in New York last year? Walked across like a couple of skyscrapers. Yep. I think really, really high up.
Did he do the Grand Canyon? He did some canyon, right? I don't know what it was, but
one of his last, he had a rope though, or he had a net, or he had a way that, like if he fell, he had a rope attached to him. So if he would have fallen, he wouldn't have been killed.
Oh, that's cheating.
Yeah, I think so too. But they didn't say that he had that here. I don't know. If he would have fallen, would he have gone straight into the lava? That would have been. Can you imagine that?
Or
and
least,
everybody's watching that?
Or at least it'd be a very warm, you'd be dangling there above it. Would you rather just go straight into the lava or boil to death above it?
I'd rather go straight into the lava.
Yeah. And does the impact of the lava kill you, or do you?
Oh, I would think so, yeah.
Or does the
you're
burning?
Killed pretty instantly,
No,
I would
what
think.
I'm saying is it the impact, like you're landing on concrete, or do you get
it's the heat.
You think a few seconds of...
Because if you fall from 1 foot into lava, you're going to...
Right, but what I'm saying is, do you have 2 seconds of suffering?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never fallen into lava.
Or is it so hot that you pass out on your way down into it?
That's possible,
These
too.
are things I need to know before I can sign off on this is worth it or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're not going to know him.
So has he made it across? I mean, he's already made it across and everything, huh?
Yep, he did it.
Well, then
maybe that's why it wasn't carried, because you don't want to watch that live, just in case. Just in case.
Wow.
He goes into the drink. You don't really want that to happen live on television. So maybe we'll see that sometime later on a special. 888-900-3393. Still the rumors persist about Donald Trump dumping Mike Pence for Nikki Haley. I don't believe it. I don't think that's even possible, but Paul Begala thinks it is. And Begala is saying that Trump will dump Pence for Nikki Haley on the day of the Democratic nominee's acceptance speech. The former Crossfire co-host guaranteed Trump will throw Pence under the bus because of his handling of the coronavirus, which the president tapped Pence to lead a task force on last week. This is not a prediction. It's a certainty.
Wow.
He said. On Thursday, July 16th, that's the day the Democrat gives his or her acceptance address. On that day, to interrupt that narrative, Donald Trump will call a press conference at Mar-a-Lago. It's pretty specific. He's going to dump Mike Pence and put Nikki Haley on the ticket to try to get those suburban moms. Begala predicted during a panel discussion at the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, the AIPAC conference in Washington, D.C. You watch.
Wow.
Guaranteed. Trump put Pence in charge of the coronavirus to throw him under the bus.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Wow, he's thought this through.
Yeah, he has.
This is, okay, so what if he does a great job?
I know, right? What if this is over by then? This is not the last impeachment we will cover of Donald J. Trump, he said during a panel discussion on Anderson Cooper 360. That's what he said back in December. Haley, who was nominated by Trump to serve as U.S. ambassador to the UN and was confirmed with a 96-4 vote, has staunchly denied speculation she could replace Pence. And, you know, I don't believe it either. I just don't think that. I mean, if things got really screwed up, that would give him the opportunity to blame Pence and maybe go with a different VP. But I think it's kind of a long shot. I don't know how you guarantee that prediction, but he did. So I guess we'll see. 888-900-3393. Let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. If you're tired of supporting big cell phone companies like AT&T and Verizon, who give all their money, all of the money that they donate to left-wing causes like Planned Parenthood and giving to candidates like Bernie Sanders who want to bring about socialism in this country. If you'd rather give to a company that believes in the right to bear arms, believes in life at birth, believes in religious liberty and supporting veterans, then Patriot Mobile is a cell phone company for you. Plus, it's not going to cost you more. In fact, it's going to cost you less to sign up with Patriot Mobile. Starting at $25 a month, Patriot Mobile plans come with unlimited talk, text, and the same reliable nationwide service with no hidden fees. And it sounds scary and like it's going to be a big hassle to switch cell phone companies. But Patriot Mobile makes it really easy. You can keep your number if you want. You can bring your own phone. You could buy a new one, whatever you want to do. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat and get free activation when you use the offer code Pat. Plus, you get a free gift when you open a new line. Or call their U.S.-based customer service team at 972-PATRIOT. Let's stick together. Let's stick with a company that shares our values. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, so I guess ABC aired the Volcano thing last night, according to Pat head Michael Sadik.
Oh, it was on?
Yeah. So we missed that.
Okay.
And I can't let the Volcano carbon emissions thing go. So I've been reading way more than I should. For a few hours, when these volcanoes go off, they exceed human activity. So, I mean, for what that's worth.
Okay.
If you take all the human activity going on during that time, when these volcanoes are going off, the volcano wins the carbon emissions.
In the history of the world?
That's right. So that guy said the history of the world. No.
Okay.
No, it's not the history of the world thing. So,
but just going on at that particular moment.
Yeah. So whatever. There you go. It's but what is so great about all of this is that volcanoes have a cooling effect as opposed to the opposite. Because you would think that, look at all these emissions, that there's global warming from the volcano. No, it's the other way, because remember Mount Pinatubo, right? When about 20, 30 years ago? Remember that? That made for a long winter over the northern hemisphere because of the ash blocking the sun. There's been in the 1800s, there's been summers that weren't even warm enough to grow crops. It was snowing in the Northeast in like July or whatever because of ash from a volcano. So anyhow, the carbon emissions aren't the deal. It's the blocking of the sun with the dust and the debris,
right,
that affects the weather.
Wouldn't it be great if it kept the weather cool here in the DFW area?
That's what I was thinking.
Summer? Wouldn't that be nice?
I was thinking.
I'd love that.
I was thinking, what would I choose living in Texas? A winter with lots of snow or a summer without 100 degrees? That's a tough one. I'm going snow. Yeah?
I'm maybe going, it's hard.
If you had to decide, because it's going off now and you're thinking, okay, so for the next few months?
If it keeps it from getting to 90 degrees even, then I'm going summer. I'm going keeping the summer cooler, because that would be fantastic.
I would love 80 degree summers wherever I lived,
The summer just beats you into a pulp here in Texas. It's just miserable. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. If you missed it, Michael Bloomberg dropped out yesterday. So I guess he's tired of wasting all his money. Mm-hmm. And he said, we're going to take another look at this campaign. And it didn't take long. They looked at it and they thought, no, this sucks.
They stuck it with a fork and they were like, nope.
Yeah, no, it's done.
It's done.
It's done. There's no path forward. Okay, bye-bye.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's a win for America.
It is.
That's a win for the airwaves.
Yeah. And he endorsed Biden.
I'm telling you, man.
The Democrat Party is like pushing these people.
This is
to
a concerted
stop
effort.
Sanders.
You want to be in the next president's cabinet? Then you better endorse him right now.
Then you'll play ball with us, and you'll endorse Joe Biden.
I still wonder what promises Elizabeth Warren is going to get here by staying in there, taking votes away. What do you think they're offering her?
It could be a VP. I don't know. But Warren is not a very attractive ticket, because if he is senile, people are going to look at her and think, do we want a socialist president? I mean, if he really checks out during the presidency, she's the president of the United States at that point. And then you did get a socialist anyway. Yeah, that would be...
If you have to make a prediction right now, with all the chaos in the Democratic Party, who do you think is going to end up on the ticket in November? Not vice president. I'm just talking top of the ticket. Do you think it's just going to be Biden?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, simple enough. That wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to hash this out and talking about a floor fight in Milwaukee, but no, we're good. Biden.
I think it's 538. Wasn't it 538 that predicts about a 70% chance there's a brokered convention?
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't think to me, it doesn't seem like it's that likely, but a 70% chance, that's really high. And if they have a brokered convention, I don't think any of the current candidates are the ones they're going to come out of there with. I think then you're looking at Hillary.
There it is. That's what I was hoping we'd get to.
Mm-hmm.
But no. You went with Biden. All right.
If you get to a brokered convention, though, if he doesn't get to the delegate count of 1991 and you have a brokered convention and you can't get it done on the first ballot, then Hillary walks in and saves the party.
And you've angered, you still have an angry group of Bernie's Bolsheviks.
Man. And what are they going to do?
They're going to say, Hillary again? Are you kidding me?
They're going to tear things up. They're going to tear things up and burn things down.
People in the camp, people on his staff are saying that.
Paid staff members.
Yeah, Milwaukee and other cities.
Mm-hmm. So
Democrat Party, man, you have allowed the beast to flourish, and it is now at the controls.
Yep. By the way, speaking of elections, in elections that are chaotic, how many times is this going to happen in Israel? How many times is it going to happen? There is still no majority in Israel. Netanyahu won, but he was short of the majority.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't seem to put it together again. In an angry tirade, Netanyahu conceded that he didn't have the parliamentary support to form a new government right away.
Oh, boy.
But he still tried to claim victory as he lashed out at his main opponent and disparaged the leading Arab party, the third largest in parliament, as irrelevant. This is what the nation decided. The public gave me more votes than any other candidate for prime minister in the nation's history. And you still don't have a majority. You guys, we tried to show you. Again,
we have gone over this, man.
We tried to show you how to do this. It doesn't have to be this hard. Jeez.
And this is the third time they've screwed this up
in a year. In a year.
You know, there are a lot of phrases you hear in your life over and over again that just nauseate you, right? And for me, it's the phrase, form a government.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I can't. No, you elect a government and then you move on for 4 years.
Right. Done. Otherwise, you're doing this over and over and over again. Britain did it. Israel's doing it. I mean,
it's not that hard.
It's not.
You take the one side every 2 years. Take the other side every 6 years, and then the other office every 4 years. You can put it on a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it comes around. It's pretty predictable.
It really is. And if somebody doesn't like something the president does, that doesn't mean he has to resign.
Right. You just look at the calendar and you're like, all right, we'll see you in November. No. We're going to see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I just got to get the Queen's approval on that first.
I didn't like my decision, so I'm resigning now today. And we're going to have another election in a month. Dang it.
It's
just stupid.
The world is stupid.
It's a ridiculous system.
Our system is superior. It's time to admit it and just join us, okay?
I mean, that's so clear. Famous economist Milton Keynes.
Like I told you.
Thanks to AOC, right?
Don't let anything go.
I love it.
Yeah.
Watched Nick Willenda cross the Volcano live and knew the highlight for me would be getting to listen to Pat say "Manawani Arawa" again. I'm really sorry to have missed it. I had no idea that was on. Manawani Arawa. Had a real treat, I guess, yesterday. Jeffy's Elastic Wardrobe tweets, the Texas summer has cooled for me. It's called Utah. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess if you move to Utah, it's a little bit cooler. Although Utah can get pretty stinking hot as well. It's just a dry heat.
Oh, there we go.
Dry heat. Yeah.
Dry heat.
Matchbox car matches. Tweets. They don't let anything go. Nothing.
Nope.
If you didn't have a normal summer in Texas, you would never get a reprieve from your wife being cold. Yeah, that's true. Burr, I'm cold. It's cold, Burr. Yeah, if it was always 75. Burr, it's cold, Burr. I'm cold. I'm cold. It's cold, Burr. Burr, I'm cold. So, yeah, the warmth of the volcanoes are, that is something that, I mean, that's a little too warm maybe. And I don't know why Nick Wallenda does this stuff. I guess because it's there. And he probably makes a pretty good chunk of money from his sponsorships for doing this. To see him go into the lava and burn up.
I mean, it was bad enough, the opening scene of Cliffhanger.
So he didn't fall, and obviously, so he would have made it without the net.
So
well,
now I'm completely uninterested and glad I didn't waste my time.
Me too. Why do it?
I mean, I don't want him to fall. Okay, let's make this clear. Right. I just want that element of possibility.
Otherwise, why do it? Because there's nothing risked there. The only reason it's interesting is because you're doing this and it's so dangerous.
Think about this, okay? I have stood on this desk in this studio to do something with this filter up here, okay? All right. Yes. I'm a klutz. There was higher risk of me dying standing on this desk than Nick Wallenda with his balance going across that volcano with a harness.
Right. Yep.
I just didn't live
the harness
stream.
ruins it.
Yeah.
Harness ruins it. You probably can't get, I don't know, maybe you can't get insurance enough to do it, to broadcast it, to make it happen if you don't have the harness. I don't know. But it's seriously not worth it. You're looking at it, and you're not on pins and needles because if he falls, he's going to be caught.
Right.
So
let's be clear. We don't want Nick Wallenda to die
Absolutely
in
not.
Lava below.
But if you're too afraid to do it, because you're too afraid to, you don't do it. Don't do it.
That is all that is check out the dude's balance. Oh no, he fell, but not really. I mean all that is let's see how balanced he is. There's no death involved, no possibility of that.
And the only reason the High Wire Act is interesting is because of the risk. It's the danger involved.
Right. Evel Knievel, he would.
Evel Knievel, man. He broke every bone in his stinking body.
He wasn't harnessed to something so that if somehow he didn't make it over the cars or the canyon or what, you know what I mean?
Except for the one that was kind of stupid.
What was that?
Was the Snake River thing, because he had the parachute, and the parachute was deployed way too early.
That's what screwed it up, right?
And it screwed it up.
Yeah. See, that's what you get for
wussing
coming
out
up with a failsafe. You get hurt badly.
So, but when that guy went over the buses, if there were 14 buses and he only made it past 13, he's going to be hurt. He's going to be hurt bad. Wow. And he was, time after time after time. In fact, I think he crashed more than he made it safely.
He spent half of his adult life in a hospital bed.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Anyway, so congratulations to Nick Wallenda. You got a payday. You didn't burn alive at the end.
Yeah, I'm glad. And again, it can't be said too many times. We didn't want Nick Wallenda to die. I didn't want to see him fall into the lava. That would have been horrifying. But don't do it. You just don't do it. All right. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I don't know how many times we've seen these stories over and over and over again. These racial hoaxes that people keep perpetrating. For what reason? What are you just fomenting racial hatred in this country? Are you trying to create riots? Just like with Jussie Smollett, who is in trouble again because of what he did. Why would you do that? Just for attention or to create problems with the nation, your city? I mean, what are you trying to do? A Mississippi man claimed he was the victim of a racism-fueled graffiti incident, has now been arrested because police discovered the man orchestrated the hoax on himself.
Well, then.
In early February, the local TV reported that South Haven, Mississippi police and the FBI were investigating Trumaine Foster, who reported his vehicles had been spray painted with racial slurs. His pickup truck had the N-word painted on it, and his car had the phrase, "Leave N-word," and then underneath that, Trump.
Oh, how convenient. I mean, come on.
Because everybody who hates black people,
Yeah.
they're all huge Trump fans.
So did the other side of the truck say, "This is MAGA country"? Or was that too obvious?
That's a little too
Okay.
obvious. No,
All
it was
right.
just the Trump. Don't be ridiculous, Keith.
My bad. Sorry. I was going with the standard operating procedure here.
In a turn of events, police arrested Foster last Friday, charged him with insurance fraud and tampering with evidence. Pathetic. Why? Why do you do that all the time? Why? But almost every time we've had a story that breaks on this and it's national, you think, yeah, right. We're going to find out in 2 days or 2 weeks that they did it to themselves. They were looking for attention. And that's what happened.
Yeah, when next time you see a story like this, set a reminder on your phone for 2 weeks. Let's just do 2 weeks, okay?
And sometime in that 2 weeks.
And what you do is when your reminder goes off on your phone, then you do a news search for that story to see if there's an update, because the press isn't going to make a big deal about it when they find out it's a hoax. You're not just going to hear about it on the news. You're going to have to actually go and find the news article that was written on some obscure newspaper in the middle of nowhere to find out that, yep, okay, another hoax.
Sure enough.
And here we are again.
Also last month, a mural in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, featuring civil rights icon Cecil B. Moore was defaced with racist graffiti. Local residents were, of course, outraged at the vandalism, which featured a racial slur. Chris Jackson, who lives in the neighborhood, said he was baffled by the crime. I don't know why they did that right there. What they did is crazy.
Sure is.
Jackson, however, seemed suspicious of the vandalism from the beginning, saying the timing, it's Black History Month. It's a nice black area. It's just not adding up. And it didn't, of course. Police began investigating the crime, speaking to witnesses, searching through surveillance video. Uh-oh.
Huh. Oh, no, what happened?
So CB3, one of the local outlets, TV outlets, reported surveillance footage caught a suspect.
Okay, all right. So it was a white guy who came in from the suburbs.
No, it's a black guy.
With some
it's a black
spray
guy.
paint.
Black guy.
History Month. Okay.
The suspect is described as a black male between 25 to 35 years of age with a medium build, wearing a black jacket, gray sweatshirt, blue jeans, brown shoes, carrying a black duffel bag.
Sure. It was a white guy in blackface, what it sounds like to me.
The Blaze reported that the suspect was caught on camera spray painting slurs on the mural, as well as the Brightside Academy and Habitat for Humanity. The incidents occurred between 6 and 7 in the morning on February 15th. Not the first time an alleged racial incident has turned out to be faked, as you know.
What? No, wait.
As the Blaze reported, 58-year-old William Tucker was arrested back in 2017 for writing Trump rules and black bitch on someone's car.
Oh, right.
And another person's home. So, why? Again, why? Why are you doing this? Staging hate crimes, nothing new. The most famous current example, of course, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, Empire actor Jussie Smollett. Pathetic. In 2019, September 2019, an ex-NFL player allegedly staged a hate crime by trashing his own restaurant. Edwin Lewis Kaufman was caught spray painting his restaurant with racial slurs and ripping the TVs off the wall. Why would you do this to your own restaurant?
A lot of trouble, man.
A maintenance worker reported seeing someone burglarizing the restaurant, called the police. Cops nearby saw the vehicle matching the description of the one the maintenance worker reported and pulled over the driver, who turned out to be, the owner of the restaurant, Mr. Kaufman. The stolen TVs were in the back of his truck.
Oh, seriously.
Why?
That's a lot of trouble, man.
In November 2019, Syracuse University students protested over a series of alleged racist incidents on campus. One of those claimed a student sent a racist manifesto to multiple students, but the incident never occurred. Police couldn't find anyone who received the manifesto and considered it to be merely a hoax rumor. There was also, wasn't it Syracuse? It was another university where they wrote the N-word on their doors, and it turned out to be a black student who did that, looking for attention, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, the list continues to go
on and on and on. I'll never forget the one in New York City with the Muslim woman who claimed that the 3 Trump supporters got in her face on the subway system and started yelling at her, "Go back home, terrorist," and screaming Trump, Trump, Trump in her face.
What was the...
And after about 2 weeks, they realized, no, that never happened.
Yeah.
She made it up.
Shocker.
I mean, what do you get out of that? Publicity, I guess. You get some attention, but you got to know you're going to get caught in this day and age.
Now, do you remember the one? There was a one during, well, let me back up. Somebody complained that their car had been spray painted yellow and they're black, right? Is that right?
Sounds right.
And it turned out it was pollen.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Pollen, because it's allergy season. Right. And so what happens is
right.
The trees, they lick the pollen and it lands on. I mean, that one wasn't a hoax. That was just a hypersensitive culture.
Yeah, that's just stupidity.
Yeah.
Someone's pollen. Pollen.
My car's yellow. Someone hates me because I'm black. Come on, let's stop it. It's pollen.
And why would they spray paint your car yellow if they hated you because you're black? That doesn't even make sense. I don't know what that would be about.
Yeah, and it's not even a message. It's like, you know what? Let's go. Come on. They'll never suspect us. I mean, it's not even a message.
We got them. Spray painted their car yellow. Okay. That was really good. I don't know what that proved, but yeah, and they didn't. All right. 888-900-3393. We got to play this too.
What's that?
Just real quick. The Valerie Jarrett appearance.
Who?
Valerie Jarrett, you know, the Obama advisor.
It doesn't ring a bell.
She was she was his senior advisor. In fact, they were bestest friends.
Really?
And they were tight, like super close.
Okay.
And here she is appearing on Super Tuesday, talking about the election.
Wow. Wow.
We are chewing away. Chew it all over.
Let's chew it over.
Yeah.
So, Valerie, let's start with you. I mean, what's your reaction to this triple endorsement that Joe Biden picked up overnight?
Huge shot in the arm. He had a great victory in South Carolina. I think to have his opponents so quickly line up behind him.
Does that remind you of anybody?
Is a great sense of momentum that he has going into Super Tuesday.
That's a nice outfit.
Yeah.
There we go. We got a nice pause there.
Really good.
Yes.
And the spy that shagged me is where she made her name.
The Democrat who shagged me.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hey baby.
That is that's unreal. That is. It's like you're trying that on purpose. The glasses, the outfit.
It looks like she is.
It's Halloween.
The hairdo, the
and
glasses.
Valerie Jarrett is going as Austin Powers, apparently.
The ascot.
Yeah, baby.
the purple jacket. I mean, unreal. Unbelievable.
When I first saw that headline, it said like Austin Powers offers, election 2020 critique or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, oh gosh, what are they promoting now? We got another movie coming up. I mean, what's going on here? And then you watch it, and it's it's Valerie Jarrett herself.
You couldn't have looked more like him if you would have been trying.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
very strange.
Funny.
All right. 888-900-3393. If you have a dog at home who's a little finicky about his or her food, like mine was, I've got something that will probably make them gobble up their meal every single day. And it's something that puts all the live nutrients back into their diet. The unfortunate side effect of the way that dog food manufacturers have to just sterilize the food so that it lasts for up to 3 years, it just kills everything that would be good for your dog in their food. The probiotics and enzymes and vitamins, healthy microbacteria all get burned out of there. So that's why I'm really psyched about having found Rough Greens from VitaSmart. Rough Greens VitaSmart. First of all, it's not a dog food. It is a really healthy supplement that puts into your dog's food all the healthy stuff that was burned out of it in the process. So just take a scoop of it and sprinkle it on top, mix it in, and if your dog's like mine and Glenn's and Stu's, they're going to love it. Take the Rough Greens 14-day Jumpstart Challenge today for just $14.95 and see the difference in your dog in 14 days or less. If you want to see your dog thrive again, go to roughgreens.com/blaze. That's RUFFgreens.com/blaze.
Pat Gray returns.
I do. Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393 at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Constitutional Nobody tweets, flying in a plane is riskier than walking a tightrope because the plane doesn't have a safety line attached.
Aha! We're daredevils when we fly somewhere.
Tyler's annoying shoulder bird. Nick Walenda doesn't want to end up like his granddad, who fell to his death crossing between two towers of a hotel in Puerto Rico. Well, yeah, but don't do it then. It kind of ruined the whole high wire act.
I think you just solved the problem. I mean, everyone on Twitter is talking about its family tradition and stuff. Mm-hmm. So? I mean, it's tradition that I injure myself every time I do yard work.
That doesn't mean you want to keep doing it.
In fact, my son probably shouldn't try to injure himself to keep the tradition going. I mean, I injured myself this morning out here in the hallway. We've got this banner thing hanging down with these little metal shard thingies, and I was just walking in the dark, and now I've got a piece of metal jammed in my finger because literally I injure myself walking.
My family has a tradition of beating their heads against a brick wall over and over and over until they pass out. But what I do is I put a 3-inch piece of foam rubber between me and the wall, and then I just beat my head into the foam.
Well, okay, I mean, you continue
I'm just
the
keeping
tradition.
the tradition going.
Right. But
I've just made it less dangerous.
But you
for
don't
myself.
have to actually even do that much.
So should I stop just beating my head against the foam?
I would say yes, but I don't want to judge you and your family and what you guys, do, and you do you.
Isn't that what that's kind of like? Yeah, we've got this tradition. It's really, people love to watch us beat our heads against a brick wall. But then when you put the padding in front of it, it's not the same. Right? That's a different family tradition now.
See, it took me a long time to get there. Now I'm with you. Yeah, okay, my bad. But see, you don't even have to do that
now, right?
You don't even have to do that.
Yeah.
Nick, no one's forcing you to do any of this, harness or not.
Right. Yep. Also from USSA News, my buddy owns a restaurant in New York City, has to get creative with the money since they raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour. I understand why restaurant owners do crazy things. Is that, he must be talking about the guy who trashed his own restaurant?
Yeah.
But he was trying to do a racial thing on that. That wasn't about.
Oh, okay,
yeah. That wasn't about the money. 888-900-3393. Also a bush lost in Texas for the first time in over 40 years on Super Tuesday.
It is possible.
Pierce Bush, grandson of the late former George H.W. Bush, failed to advance in his bid for a Houston congressional seat, marking the first time that a member of the Bush family has lost a race in Texas in over 40 years.
Wow.
The last time it happened was when George W. ran a failed bid for Congress in 1978. Wow. Since then, the Bushes have won races in the Lone Star State for president, governor, state land commissioner. One of Jeb's sons, George P. Bush, won those races in 2014 and 2018. I think he's still state land commissioner, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the guy trying to screw up the Alamo.
Yes, right, right.
So,
and I voted against him. Actually, I tried to stay out the Bushes, but
it's a good thing
the rest of Texas wouldn't. But at least Pierce didn't quite get there. No
Sorry.
word on Tito, Marlin, or Jermaine's races.
They're still counting the votes.
Still counting the votes. Those are too close to call right now.
Only 20% precincts reporting at this moment.
Also, are you aware that President Bush just donated $100,000 of his own money?
President Trump.
Did I say? Yeah, I said Bush. President Trump just donated $100,000 of his own money to to the HHS to help stop the coronavirus.
Look at that. Well, that's leading the news today everywhere, right? See, look, there's the check.
Not right.
Yeah, everywhere they're talking about how President Trump is putting his money where his mouth is and fighting the coronavirus.
Yeah, and CNN lauding him for...
Oh, I mean, it's crazy.
What a humanitarian he is.
Yeah, every 5 minutes they have to bring this up. I mean, we got it.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it on Fox.
No.
It was Piers Morgan who mentioned this, in fact, in his on a tweet. Trump never gets any credit for this, but how many presidents, how many world leaders have ever done this?
Yep.
I'm not aware of it happening.
Nope.
That's pretty amazing. And almost all U.S. presidents have been wealthy. And once they're in office, like Obama, for instance, they become much, much, much wealthier. In fact, Obama became a millionaire while he was in office. And now he's a, multi-millionaire with tens or hundreds of millions of dollars in worth. And did you ever see him do this? I didn't.
No. And
Piers is right. He never gets credit for this stuff. Plus, he doesn't take a salary at all. They never talk about that. Never.
Yep. And I'm just double checking here. I don't think he even tweeted about this.
Really?
He didn't say, I'm sending a check. I mean,
a beautiful $100,000 check.
Right. His press secretary did. But, I mean, he knows how to use Twitter. He could have easily tweeted about how he donated $100,000 and, so generous, ! But he didn't. Okay.
Yeah. He has not made a big deal out of it. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, he gets no credit for the really cool things he does. Like this, and like not taking the $400,000 a year salary. And I know he's a billionaire, but you could still take that, and everybody else did. So
if nothing else, just
except for George Washington. Washington, you know how much $25,000, which was the salary they paid the president at the time. You know how much $25,000 a year was in the 1790s?
So hang on, is that trivia? The only two presidents to not take a salary?
As far as I know.
I'll look that up.
As far as I know.
That'd be a good one right there.
Yeah, we'll look into that. But I know Washington didn't take a salary, and neither has Trump. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Just mentioned that George Washington was one of the presidents who decided to forego a salary while he was in office. And it turns out they talked him out of that. He did forego his salary during the Revolution. But they talked him out of it because of precedent that might set. And so I guess he took his salary while he was president.
Might make it difficult for future presidents to take a salary. I did find another source that says he donated part of that $25,000. The other he just used to
offset his expenses.
Exactly. So
he had a ton of expenses. Also, Herbert Hoover, who made a fortune on financing and consulting and mining operations, donated much of his presidential salary.
Man.
Used some of it to supplement the income of his staff.
Wow.
So he could pay him more than Congress would appropriate. That's really cool.
That is cool. We could use a man like Hoover.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's true. It is in the song, but I'm not sure that's true. JFK donated his salary, not only as president, but when he was congressman and senator. Wow. I mean, they were like the richest family in America at the time. So he certainly didn't need it, but you don't have to. Again, and then the next one to do it, Donald Trump. So 3 presidents have ever done it, and Trump is one.
3.5.
3.5.
You got to give George Washington
a little credit
for that.
Yeah.
He tried. He tried, and he set precedents, right?
Yes.
That were honored. And then FDR came along.
Yeah. And by the way, $25,000 in 1791 money is more like $700,000 today. So that was a serious sacrifice.
Wow.
Florida is still preparing to spring ahead years after agreeing to make daylight saving time permanent.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up Saturday night, huh?
Yes.
Oh, goody. And we get to spring forward and lose an hour of sleep.
I hate it. You know the death rate, the heart attack rate increases. It's just not good for us.
Right. And the car wrecks and whatnot.
Yeah. Everything goes up. More people die because of daylight saving time than just about any other reason. So we all grumble and groan over it every year. I don't know why they won't stop this.
It's so stupid.
Leave standard time permanent, not saving time. But even with legislation in place, they still spring ahead on March 8th. It's been almost 2 years since the state legislators approved the Sunshine Protection Act. It was approved in 2018, but now in 2020, Florida residents are still doing the same thing they've always done. That's because the law aiming for permanent year-round daylight saving time can't be enacted without congressional approval.
Oh, good grief.
It's something that Marco Rubio and Vern Buchanan tried to get multiple times. So this Saturday night, once again, before you go to bed, because you don't want to wake up at 2 a.m., change, spring ahead, lose another hour of sleep, and watch your risk of heart attack and stroke go up exponentially. By the way, there are people who are also trying to bring about a new calendar for the planet.
Oh, this will be fun. We can't agree on the clock situation.
Right.
But now we're going to maybe change the calendar. Okay.
Imagine if you knew your schedule, what it would look like for the rest of your life, every day for forever.
Oh.
If every year began on a Monday and all but 2 national holidays fell on Mondays.
Huh.
If instead of leap day, you'd get an extra week every few years. That just sounds confusing to me. But you might like the Hank Henry permanent calendar idea.
Is it 30 days in each month? Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's 30 days in each month.
It's the brainchild of Johns Hopkins University professors Steve Hank and Richard Henry. The catchy calendar is an alternative to the Gregorian calendar, and unlike the old standard, it's designed to stay the same. Its simplicity and consistency forever, Hank said. This calendar, once in place, will never have to be changed.
All right.
So you'd have,
look at that,
30 days every month.
So would you change your birthday to whatever day you were born? You see what I mean? Like if you were born the 200th day of a month, of a year, would you then recalculate your birthday? Because if I left mine alone, I see it up there, my birthday would always be on a Saturday. Ha! I like this calendar.
That's interesting. It's interesting, Ivan. Is there a number of people can call about this? Or?
And look at that extra week at the end of the year.
Yeah, put it back up there for a second. I want to see. There's 30 days in most months.
Okay, so that gets
up until except for June, March, September, and December have 31.
Look at that. February gets a 30th day. That's weird. Yeah.
Huh. So 30 days every other month except for 4.
That's weird, man.
And then they do an extra week every...
They take a 31 away from May, give it to June.
Yeah.
And then you get the 30-minute.
Carry the one. It's a 30-minute. It's a
September
30-minute calendar.
And then you got that special week between... what are they going to call that extra week? That week between December and January. It's like leftover week. Because I've heard a long time ago... 28-day calendar, right? So what's 28 times 13, carry the 1, 364. And then you have like an extra day at the end of the year. I think that's called leap day. That's what we're doing now. But instead, the whole point was it was 28, 13 months. See what I mean?
So you have 28
So it's similar to this.
days, but
and then you have an extra day at the end of the year.
An extra month?
Yeah, an extra month because it's 28 times 13.
Okay. Weird.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we're due for a calendar change, they're saying, because we do that so often.
I don't want it.
You don't want to?
No.
Because isn't the Pope usually the one that changes it? You don't trust this Pope to change.
The Pope?
I don't want him touching
anything,
man.
No, thank you.
So, but let's definitely get on the same page with the time, the time change stuff.
Absolutely. Standard time forever.
Let's try to
leave it alone.
Let's perfect that. Then we'll worry about adding months and days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so Florida needs Congress to approve their clocks?
Yep. And they haven't. So there's a couple states that just said, we're not playing in this game anymore. We're not going to do it.
Yep.
And I think, isn't Nevada one of them?
No,
Arizona.
Arizona
and part of Indiana or something.
Hawaii, something, part of Indiana. Yeah.
It's weird. Really weird.
It's It's aggravating.
We should all get on the same page. There's no reason. They did this supposedly for agriculture or whatever reason.
Railroads and stuff.
Railroads.
Right?
I don't know. You just
no one knows anymore because we don't care. It's stupid.
I don't know. People were scared of the dark in the summertime, or I don't know what it was. But whatever it is, it's obsolete now. Let's stop doing it.
And
no reason.
While we're at it, let's move the time zone lines so that entire states are in the same time zone. Okay?
Yes.
Because there's so many that are just cut in half.
Yep.
I hate to go back to the year 2000, but polls were still open in the panhandle of Florida when they called Florida originally for Gore. And there's this great book, How Al Gore Tried to Steal the 2000 Election, and it talks about case after case after case where people were driving to the polls in the panhandle, heard, oh, well, Gore won, I'm not going to go vote for Bush then. And it shouldn't have been as close as it was. But anyhow, that's ancillary. But anyhow, we need just the state, the whole state.
We need uniformity. We need order.
And we need more sleep, and I'm not willing to sacrifice it this weekend.
Instead, you're going to have to, because we still do this stupid thing. All right. 888-900-3393. Little coronavirus update for you. Italy closing all schools across the country and universities. All just shut down completely now. And they have more than 2,500 people infected, 79 dead in Italy.
Wow. I hear that they're also closing all sporting events.
In Italy?
To fans, yeah.
As part of the measure, they'll be shuttered, all of these schools and universities shuttered at least until mid-March, maybe beyond that. But the government is still advising against kissing, hugging, shaking hands. Don't do any of those things.
Staring, long gazes, right?
Yes.
Those are still acceptable.
Yeah, or you can toe tap, or you can do a little dance. You could do the hustle. Do the hustle. Yeah, so those are, this is how serious this is getting. In the United States, we're going to have to start doing some of these things. At least stop shaking hands. That should be an edict that we put out. Hey, just really good idea, good safety tip. We're not going to arrest you. We're not going to beat you in the street. But please stop shaking hands.
I don't know. I'm getting close to wanting to beat people in the streets for not washing their hands.
Are you?
Yeah. I was kind of on board.
That's
before.
always been a thing for you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Did you see where Starbucks says no more of your reusable cups coming in here?
Yeah, you can't bring them in.
Well then.
They temporarily stopped the reusable cup.
Welcome to the party, pal. It's called paper. You drink from it, then you throw it in the trash, and everybody stays coronavirus free. All right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard.
So that's yet another little side effect of what's going on right now. And what is going on right now? These two volcanoes that have just become active.
Okay.
You've got a locust plague in Africa and Asia.
Okay.
You have a coronavirus sweeping the planet. We supposedly have floods and droughts all over, which we always do. But, it does seem a little bit biblical, doesn't it? Just because of the enormity of the problems that are there, especially that locust thing is really, that's weird.
So
I don't remember that in my lifetime.
Let's go through this again. We got volcanoes.
Yep.
Check. Locusts. Check.
Yes.
Pandemic.
Check.
Anything else you can think we could add to this list?
Well, we got rampant stupidity. Extremism in the Democrat Party.
That's right.
But
that's right. Oh boy, they are melting down over there too, as this Bernie coup has now turned into a coup of Bernie.
Yeah.
And even right up to the very top, they are just losing their minds. It's really fun to watch.
What was it Donna Brazile said yesterday?
Oh, watch this. Yeah.
She's telling you got a little message for
Ronna McDaniel on Donna earlier on the program, chairwoman of the RNC, and she was talking about the possibility of a brokered convention, the impact that would have on Bernie Sanders. Here's Ronna.
It does depend on how big the lead that Sanders takes out of California is, if he picks up a huge proportion of delegates. But I don't see anybody getting out soon, and it's leading towards potentially a broker convention, which will be rigged against Bernie if those superdelegates have their way on that second vote.
To that, you say what, Donna?
First of all, I want to talk to my Republicans. First of all, stay the hell out of our race. Stay the hell out of our race. I get sick and tired, Ed and Sandra, of listening to Republicans tell me and the Democrats about our process. First of all, they don't have a process. They're canceling primaries. They have winner take all. They don't have the kind of democracy that we see on the Democratic side. And for
That's
people
for sure.
to use Russian talking points to sow division among Americans, that is stupid. So, Ronna, go to hell. This is not about, go to hell. I'm tired of it, Ed. We're not trying to prevent anyone from becoming the nominee.
Oh, right. You're not trying to prevent anybody from becoming the nominee. All right. That's a lie.
That's amazing. Why is she on Fox News? Why?
And she's a mainstay over there, too.
Yeah, she's a full-time contributor. They're probably paying her $2 million a year to spout that kind of crap.
Wow.
Shut up.
Wow, I could do that.
Yeah, amazing. 888-900-3393. Also, speaking of all of these biblical size plagues, the signs of the times, just another one, an asteroid warning.
Today's show has a theme.
It's a little scary.
What do we got?
Okay, locusts, plagues.
Locust plagues.
Volcanoes. We had tornadoes.
Tornadoes, yeah.
You're always going to have that. Floods, lots of flooding all over the world. And now an asteroid is headed our way that NASA says they're tracking this thing, and they say if it hits us, it would just end civilization as we know it. That's all.
Oh, what's the due date?
Let's see. The date is April 29th.
Oh, okay.
At the rate it's going right now, which is
okay.
19,461 miles an hour.
Huh.
So at that speed, unless it slows down, and if it slows down or speeds up, it's probably not an asteroid. That's an extraterrestrial life headed our way. But it's being tracked by the automated tracking systems at NASA at the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies. It's been officially called, they always do these catchy names. Here's another one.
Okay, so this is catchy.
52768.
5309? Can we just call it Asteroid Ginny? Let's just call it Ginny.
52768.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Estimated to measure 2.5 miles across. Okay, that's much bigger than the one that they claimed was a mini moon, which was 11 feet.
Could fit in your backyard.
This one's 2.5 miles across. If it hit us, that would do some damage. An object this big could potentially spell the end of the human race if it strikes the planet. Now, they don't.
Right then.
They do not expect it to, but they're keeping an eye on it just in case. I don't know what they do if it.
Right.
What are you going to do if it does hit us? What are you going to do? There's nothing you could do. The Planetary Society lists the following impacts: a crater of 10 kilometers or more. What is that? There's 4 inches, or is it 7,000 miles? I don't know. There's no way to tell. Global devastation and possible collapse of civilization.
All right. Well,
seems somewhat serious.
I mean, we're kind of there already with the Democrat Party.
Now, they don't... I haven't seen in the article how close they think it's supposed to come to us. So...
That's a little concerning. It's almost like they're hiding that information. What's the catchy name of Ginny over there? What's her technical term?
52768.
768.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see here. Okay. Okay.
Here on the last page, at its closest, the space rock will approach our planet from about 0.04205 astronomical units.
That's ridiculous. Who writes these stories?
1 astronomical unit is the average distance from our planet to the sun. So
I found one.
So it's less than 93 million miles from us.
Yeah, I found it. It's supposed to get within 4 million miles.
4 million miles.
Now I don't care.
Okay, but that's a close shave in astronomical circles. Yeah, that's really close.
Okay. So is it going to be windy that day? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, there's a space wind that could blow it into our path, so we'll see.
What day? Hold on, let's find out what day of the week that is. If we're doing a show, maybe we should do a live remote outside and watch the sky. Oh, it's on a Wednesday. Perfect.
So we can.
Jeffy will be here, and we can all go out together. Okay. So do we start digging now to hide under the earth?
I would, yes. I would, yeah. 888-900-3393. You could never be too safe.
Yeah.
And that's why you should also get home title lock, because preparedness is going to help you a lot on a lot of these different things. Now, there's a way better chance that somebody's going to try to steal your home out from under you than this asteroid will hit us. It's one of the fastest growing crimes in America, according to the FBI. And it's really, really difficult to undo the damage that they've done once it's already happened. So don't let it happen to you. Your home's title and mortgage records are all online. So that's the problem. When a data breach occurs, like we've had lately with millions, tens of millions of home titles and mortgages exposed, that's when the risk of home title fraud skyrockets. So what thieves do is go online and find your title, and then they forge your signature and transfer ownership to themselves. You get stuck with the payments. Sometimes they just take out a loan, like a refi loan on your home, and you don't know anything about it. And then all of a sudden the bills start coming in, and you're like, I didn't refinance my home. There's no insurance. There's no bank program or identity theft program that protects you from this. Just home title lock. They can put a barrier around your home's title. So when that's interfered with, they'll alert you and say, hey, is this your activity? Register your address now and verify that you're not already a victim. Protect your home's title. It is really worth it. For just pennies a day, you can protect your home. Go to HometitleLock.com. That's HometitleLock.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Just on another space note, this is kind of cool. You know about the Big Bang Theory that started the universe? Scientists say they recently detected a similar deep space explosion, up to 5 times more powerful than any such blast ever observed previously. So, good. That's good.
So wait, hold on. Do we have a place to escape, or is it?
I wouldn't think so.
Because we got a new universe.
The Big Bang supposedly created the whole universe, right? So if we just had another one. Is it going to erase us?
No, we have another universe that we can run to.
Either that, or we're going to be overwritten. I don't know which.
Overwritten. Oh no. Okay.
It's like an explosion in slow motion that took place over hundreds of millions of years. Researchers believe the explosion emanated from a colossal black hole that is about 390 million light years from Earth. So at the speed of light, it would only take you 390 million years to get there.
Wow.
So who knows how long it will take to sweep past us.
Got to go somewhere with this asteroid headed toward us. Jenny is not screwing around.
They believe the edge might be a wall of a cavity created when the material gushed forth from the black hole. It's a cavity big enough to accommodate 15 Milky Way galaxies. You know, the space proportions are just so unbelievable. You just can't get your head around it. It's just incredible. 888-900-3393.
So just point of clarification. We don't have another universe to escape to.
No, not so far. I'll let you know if that happens. So.
Yeah, okay.
Have you heard the hoopla concerning the Brady for Garoppolo trade has been creating? Supposedly, the 49ers and Patriots, there's a big rumor.
Oh, come on.
That the 49ers and Patriots might just trade quarterbacks. I can't imagine that, but people are saying, hey, don't discount this. It's a real possibility.
Don't discount this. Discount it?
There's growing speculation that this fantasy scenario could happen, with the buzz hitting a fever pitch the other day, thanks to all types of reporting and conjecture from multiple places. Tom Curran of NBC Sports Boston, in Boston, said that he thought the 49ers were closing hard on trying to make this happen, and that it might turn into something. That's amazing.
That is no.
Also, they're saying that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady just had a phone conversation about whether or not he's coming back to the team, and it didn't go well at all.
Yeah, and then they were quick to say, no, it was business as usual. Really? This from the coach who gives us one-word answers on stuff?
Right.
That's interesting.
We're focused on Cincinnati game. Yeah, we're focused on the Cincinnati game. Yeah, our focus is on Cincinnati. Yeah, we're focused on Cincinnati now. Yeah, okay, I got it. Thank you. Yeah, he's a barrel of fun, that Bill Belichick. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We also have these shoplifters in San Francisco.
Oh, boy, that town.
Because the thing is in California now, if you commit a theft that's less than $900 in value, they're not going to arrest you.
Yeah.
Wait, what? So you've essentially decriminalized stealing things from people?
Yep. So when the manager steps outside the store, then
this happens. Look at this.
Okay, so there they are, just clearing makeup into big garbage bags. Look at this. You need to stop, the one lady is saying. Wow.
My gosh.
Just recording this. Now watch, the manager comes back in and goes, wait, oh no, wait.
Call the police!
Call the police?
Well, that's not going to help.
You're in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Police are on their side.
Look at that. Unreal, man. So when the manager steps out into the sidewalks that are covered with fecal matter, then she comes back in, she sees this. I mean, San Francisco. Boy.
I don't think people are leaving their hearts there anymore.
No.
They're leaving their poop there, but not their hearts.
Did you do a parody? Did you do a parody?
Yeah, we did that. We did that a while ago. Was it I left my poop in San Francisco?
I think if not, you better start writing in about 30 seconds, man.
I think we did that.
It seems familiar.
You should do it again because it still applies.
Anyhow, so yeah, you're not going to get prosecuted in San Francisco for stealing stuff less than $900, $950, whatever it is. I mean, the police got other things going on there.
Yeah, well, trying to wade their way through the poop on the sidewalks.
San Francisco, it's
what a mess.
Just...
And again, Democratic leadership. This is what it leads to. Mm-hmm. Good luck with it. And I don't know how people don't eventually catch on. Hey, you know what? We've been beating our heads against the wall for 60 years here. Maybe we try something else. See you tomorrow for a Frivolous Friday on Pat Gray Unleashed.